Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round 3 of the league tournament that happened at Die Hard Games on February 29th, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format anyone wants, really. More info in the description. Temporal Forces pre-releases start Saturday, March 19th at 1 p.m. and League Challenge Thursday, March 21st at 6 p.m. all Central Time, all at Die Hard Games, and check out Pokemon's event locator for premier events at the shop, such as League Challenges, League Cups, and pre-releases. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring that bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's get researching this game. On the left, Gardevoir. On the right, Miraidon. Again, on the right side, there is a brand new player just learning how to play. So they are being helped out during this tournament in order to learn more of the Miraidon strategy, or should I say, the Iron Hands strategy, as our Gardevoir player goes first in this game. They place an Artisan Stadium into play. That stadium allows either player during their turn to search their deck for a non-rulebox Pokemon and put it onto the bench. So that is very good in order to start establishing those Ralts. We definitely want to get as many Ralts onto the field as possible. We have a really good angle here with the camera during this tournament. There's almost no glare, or at least we could tell what everything is. Gotta remember that. What did we do differently today? Anyways, Artisan will find a Ralts, another Ralts to put onto the bench. That's very good. At least one Ralts needs to survive the next turn for the Gardevoir player to stay in the game. Energy attached to the active Ralts, it retreats into the Screamtail, and things are passed over to our Miraidon player, who has a Nest Ball. That's very good to kick things off. Nest Ball can find that Miraidon, and Miraidon can use its Tandem Unit ability to find its friends. Tandem Unit on that Miraidon says that the player can search their deck for up to 2 basic lightning Pokemon and put them onto the bench. So as long as the Iron Hands EX is in the deck, that is definitely going to be a target. There it is. And the other Pokemon could be another Miraidon to use another Tandem Unit, because that Regieleki V is already there. The Free Retreat Zeraora is always a good target to find, but it just depends on what's in deck. And in hand, of course, which there's the hand right there. Let's see what is found off of this Tandem Unit along with the Iron Hands. Player is going to take a look through their deck pretty well during this first deck search. That way they could see what may or may not be prized, what resources they have access to ideally better inform their decisions here in this round 3. Alright, so we didn't see the full hand there. That was more than the 3 cards that were face up in the hand, of course, but our players consulting their hand, that could better inform the Tandem Unit that's getting resolved right here. Maybe the free retreating Zeraora is prized currently, so that's why the Regieleki is debating on being found. Okay, I think I see what happened here. So while the Pokemon are up around here playing, off of the board, there is a Iron Hands and let's see, a Bidoof. We got double Bidoof. Okay, so what happened was the Nest Ball found the Miraidon EX. The Miraidon EX found the Iron Hands EX. The Artisan that was in play found another Bidoof to put onto the bench. And then Beach Court replaced that Artisan. Next, our Miraidon player is playing an Arven. Arven allows the player to search for a tool card and a item card. The item card will of course be that electric generator, and the tool card will be Vitality Band here. So I think next thing to be played is that electric generator. Yep. Now electric generator is that powerful item card that allows the player to look at the top 5 cards of their deck, and they can attach up to 2 lightning energy that they find there onto their bench lightning Pokemon in any way that they like. So hoping to at least hit 1 lightning energy here. 2 would be awesome, of course, but 0 would be devastating. Alright, so that Miraidon hopped onto the bench. I think what happened was well, okay, yeah. What happened was way back the tandem unit will find the Miraidon and the other Miraidon and the Iron Hands, while the Artisan found the Bidoof. Thank you guys for your patience here. Thanks to the opponent for their patience as well, as we're resolving this turn, and the electric generator. So we're looking at the top 5 cards of the deck, and 1 lightning energy was found off of that electric generator. So not the best, but not the worst, as that lightning energy gets attached to the bench Iron Hands EX. Next is a Forest Seal Stone. Okay. Now that Forest Seal Stone gives Pokemon V the V-Star Power ability Star Alchemy that allows them to search their deck for 1 card. I think we want to use the Star Alchemy now in order to search the deck for another electric generator. Because if this electric generator finds 2 lightning energy to accelerate to the bench Iron Hands EX, and energy just needs to be attached from hand to fully power up that Amp You Very Much attack. Second electric generator being played here, finding 1 and 2 lightning energy. Awesome. So those 2 lightning energy get attached to the bench Iron Hands EX. Lightning energy gets attached from hand to that Iron Hands EX, fully powering up its Amp You Very Much attack. The active Regieleki has free retreat thanks to that Beach Court. Beach Court gives Pokemon 1 less retreat in their retreat cost, 1 less energy to retreat in their retreat cost. So since that Regieleki V has a 1 retreat cost, it can retreat for free thanks to Beach Court into that Iron Hands EX. Iron Hands EX uses the Amp You Very Much attack for 120 damage, and if that attack takes a KO, an additional prize card can be drawn. 2 prizes taken off of that 1 prize Scream Tail. As a Ralts takes its place in the active spot and play resumes over on its side. And our Gardevoir player starts things off with an Arven. Yep, an okay Arven there, as the second Miraidon and second Bidoof hit the discard pile. Or excuse me, I said Arven. That supporter is Avery. Avery says if your opponent has more than 3 Pokemon on their bench, they discard the Pokemon from their bench until they have 3 remaining, and then draw 3 cards. Very powerful card there, especially when combined with the Moonlight Shuriken. Alright, our Gardevoir player definitely has some moves in hands to make. As they play a Fog Crystal next. Fog Crystal allows them to search their deck for a basic Psychic or Energy or a basic Psychic Pokemon. Basic Psychic Energy will be found in this case. I believe Mirage Step would be very nice. Mirage Step Curlia would be very nice to find and attack with here, but It's just kind of difficult once the Miraidon player gets a turn to Iron Hands up and running for the Gardevoir to catch back up. But you never know. Anything can happen in the Pokemon trading card game. As the benched Ralts evolves into Kirlia, Kirlia uses its refinement ability to discard a card and draw two more cards. Okay, Moonlit Hill gets put into play. That stadium does something about healing damage. We'll talk about it if it becomes relevant. Next is a counter catcher. That item card is online once your opponent has fewer prize cards than you, and it acts like a boss's orders. So the Miraidon is pulled into the active spot by that counter catcher there, since the Miraidon player has fewer prize cards remaining than the Gardevoir player. So kind of a gust and stall tactic being used here, as our Gardevoir player passes. Nope, we're actually going to evolve the active into another refinement Kirlia and use another refinement, getting rid of that Manaphy into the discard pile and drawing two more cards. More Ralts down would be nice. But not completely yet. Actually, it would be very nice, because then that would mean the next turn a Ralts can Rare Candy evolve into a Gardevoir EX. So, a Fog Crystal is played here to search the deck for a Ralts that hits the bench. Gardevoir EX, of course, has a Psychic Embrace ability that allows it to accelerate Psychic Energy from the discard pile to Psychic Pokemon in play. For each Psychic Energy accelerated, 2 damage counters are taken by that Pokemon the energy is accelerated to. So the Gardevoir deck wants to get lots of Psychic Energy in the discard pile, and the Gardevoir EX established, so that way all this Psychic Energy can start being accelerated. But it looks like things are passed back over to our Miraidon player here, as our Bidoof hits the quick jig on the bench. Yep, definitely a Miraidon's turn. So, first boss's orders is played in order to bring up the Kirlia on the bench with a reversal energy attached to it. Zeraora with free retreat is put onto the bench, and the basic switch is played in order to bring that Iron Hands fully powered up back into the active spot. Iron Hands will take 2 prizes here with its Amp You Very Much attack and remove that reversal energy from play. Wow. This Miraidon deck is running pretty hot tonight. We'll say that. Definitely getting lucky here, as 2 more prize cards are taken by that Miraidon. Kirlia moves into the active spot and uses its Refinement ability to discard a Psychic Energy and draw 2 more cards. Good synergy this Gardevoir deck has there to get the Psychic Energy in the discard and more cards into the hand. As that Kirlia evolves into the Shining Arcana Gardevoir, it uses its Shining Arcana ability to take a look at the top 2 cards. It can accelerate any energy in those 2 cards to the Pokemon, or just keep all the cards. So it looks like both of the cards are kept there. Okay, next is an Artisan Stadium being put into play, and a Fog Crystal gets played at the same time, I think. We'll get confirmation soon enough here, I'm sure. The Artisan, of course, allows the player to search their deck for a basic non-rule box Pokemon to put onto the bench. The Fog Crystal can find a basic Psychic Pokemon or basic Psychic Energy. So it looks like Fog Crystal found the Zacian V. Okay, Level Ball is being played now. The Artisan has not been played yet. Level Ball finds a Ralts. Then Artisan is being played here now. Search in the deck for a non-rule box basic Pokemon. If there's no more Ralts in deck, then I think you still find something in order to thin the deck of that card to leave all the good stuff that you want in deck. So a Cresselia is debating on being found from the Artisan here. Our players deep in the tank here for this final round 3 of the league tournament tonight. Garcelia ultimately decided upon as the target of the Artisan for this turn. So Gardevoir did a good job here of rebuilding their board back up here in this mid to end game, basically. Alright, and let's see what else Gardevoir has for us today. Debating on attaching an energy for turn, but actually going to just Iono. They must want to find and be able to attach the reversal energy. That's my guess. As the Iono is played, both players shuffle their hands, put them at the bottom of the deck, and then they each draw for their remaining prize cards. Gardevoir gets 2 prizes here. Gardevoir gets 6 cards from the top of the deck. Miraidon gets 2. The reversal energy is found off of that Iono and attached to the active Pokemon. Radiant Greninja is found as well and put onto the bench. Yep, Concealed Cards is live on that Radiant Greninja. Discard an energy card and draw 2 more cards. We are looking for a rare candy Gardevoir EX. Now it looks like energy and another card. Rare candy maybe being found. So now we just need that Gardevoir EX, if I'm seeing things correctly. Then Gardevoir EX can accelerate all the energy to the active Pokemon, but Kirlia instead evolved on the bench. Another refinement used, discarding a card and drawing 2 more cards. There's those lovely prize packs being distributed to our league players here tonight. Alright, it looks like we're just prepping for an attack here. Yep, that's all the Gardevoir player was able to manufacture this turn. At least they did get an attack off. 150 damage. Currently that Brainwave is doing on that Shining Arcana Gardevoir, so 150 damage being taken by that Iron Hands EX. As play resumes over on its side. Boss's Orders wins the game here. And there we go. There's the Boss's Orders right there. So the Iono to 2 being a lie in this case again, as that puts the Boss's Orders into the Miraidon player's hands. Boss's Orders can bring up a Pokemon on the bench with 120 HP or less for Iron Hands to amp you very much and take the final 2 prizes of the game. Congrats to our league tournament champ. And as always, thank you all for playing some Pokemon. What do you think of this video in the commentary? Please let me know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.